Hi there, my name is Charlie Crocker. I'm a product manager for AutoCAD. Welcome to another Autodesk AutoCAD Facecast. We're here in San Francisco, and today I have with me Micah Dickerson. He is a product manager for
AutoCAD.
For AutoCAD and for?
Specifically for our apps program.
For the apps program. So as you saw from the announcement for the Facecast and from our lovely little image we have here, we've reached an amazing milestone, and we've brought Micah in here to talk a little bit about this milestone. So Micah, tell us what's happened.
So just in the last 6 months, we've had the App Store available across products, so for AutoCAD, Inventor, and Revit, and we've already reached this milestone of 100,000 downloads across those stores. So it's really a great representation of the growth we're experiencing as more and more people discover the store and find out what value it adds to their AutoCAD experience.
So why are people discovering the store now more than they did, say, earlier?
Well, this is the first version of AutoCAD. Well, the first version of AutoCAD, Inventor, and Revit that all can access the App Store, and the App Store is also available on the web, so you can access it directly from a web browser. Whereas in the past, it was only available on AutoCAD and from within the product. So now it's got a much more accessible entry point for everybody.
So now if you search for an app from Google or from one of your favorite partners, you can actually get a direct link straight into the store.
Right, straight into the store, and then you can download with one click, and it installs, and it is ready to go. Yeah.
And the other big news 6 months ago, and I just want to repeat it, was that the App Store is now available for Revit and for Inventor, as well as for many different AutoCADs.
Yeah, a total of 13 different products have storefronts, and those actually serve 40 different Autodesk products.
Well, let's go to the App Store here, and you can show people around a little bit, and let's talk a little bit about some of the apps that make up this 100,000. So first, let's just talk a little bit about the list here.
So these are the 13 storefronts. Can we
Let me switch here. There you go.
Okay, so now what you're seeing now is the 13 storefronts from which you can choose to start your search. So AutoCAD, we've got different flavors of AutoCAD here. We've also got Alias, Inventor, and Revit and simulation products, as well as Vault. We're going to go with AutoCAD because that's my product, and I know it better. And so this is our home page for the store. You can see some featured apps there. Those rotate all the time, and then our best sellers appear over on the right. So that's updated, I believe, weekly at this point, and it'll show what the most popular downloads are.
So how many apps are there for example, for AutoCAD?
For AutoCAD, we're in the hundreds now, and across the stores we're reaching 1,000. So there's quite a lot of participation in this, and I think the important thing to think about with the App Store is that these apps aren't a new concept for AutoCAD. There have been apps and plugins for this ecosystem for many years. What's new is that we have a place that they're all aggregated, so that customers can find them really easily, and there's this really great one-click download and install experience, very much like what you're probably used to with your smartphone or your.
So you say there's 1,000 apps. Did Autodesk make all of these?
No, Autodesk did make some of them, and some of those have been really popular. But more importantly, we have a huge partner ecosystem that is responsible for making a lot of these apps. And some of them have seen some really great success. And in fact, when we talk in a minute about some of the best sellers, you'll see that many of those are actually partner apps.
So down here, is this these are the categories?
These are categories from which you can start your search. So if you know exactly what you're looking for, you can use the type in search box at the top of the screen, or you can just go down there to the quick links area and select a category to start from.
So let me just look down here. I see productivity tools, there's 172 apps. Building analysis, there's 12 apps. Hydrology too. So we've got a broad variety here as well.
Huge variety.
Okay, that's great. Can you tell us a little bit about what maybe the top 3 apps are for AutoCAD, for Revit, and for Inventor? Just to give people a flavor of why we kind of have this momentum and we've got to 100,000?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start with AutoCAD since we're on the page already. Do you mind if I steal that?
No, go for it.
So over here on the right-hand side, we have the best sellers column, and it turns out that these are actually the best sellers. So in order of best selling, we'll start with Sketchup Import. This is actually an Autodesk tool. I'll just click on this, and hopefully it'll take us into the detail page. So the Sketchup Import tool is a really cool app that allows you to bring meaningful geometry from a SketchUp model into AutoCAD that then you can work on. This one has been immensely popular.
So this one has been downloaded. This is like what's helped us to get to 100,000.
Yeah, this is one of the big reasons why we've gotten there so quickly.
That's
It's
great.
Very popular. The second one is drawing tabs. This is something we've been hearing about for a long time from our users, that they want a way to easily switch between documents when they're in AutoCAD. So
can we look at the screenshot?
yeah, let's look at the screenshot. Well, you can kind of see at the top.
Yeah,
of
so
that
it creates
screenshot.
tabs for each of your drawings, so it's much easier to kind of move between the drawings.
Yeah, which has kind of become a standard in many other drawing programs as well. So it's a familiar interface.
So you just showed us SketchUp and you showed us this drawing tabs,
Mhm.
and I see the word Autodesk underneath. So I'm assuming both of those are made by Autodesk.
Both of those are made by Autodesk.
What's the most popular app made by a partner?
Well, number 3 overall is actually the Hilti. I keep clicking in the wrong spot. The Hilti BIMCAD library, which is a third-party app, and this has a really great assortment of blocks. So it's a block library that you can import into your drawings.
Okay, so here's a picture of that.
This is a fastener that's used in a Hilti product.
Cool. So you showed us the top 3 apps for AutoCAD.
Mhm.
Can you show us a little bit about maybe the Inventor ones as well?
Yeah, sure. Let's go over to. We'll go back out to our homepage. I have to show you that first, don't I? Back to the screen. So if we switch this over to Inventor, we'll go out to the Inventor homepage. And as you can see, Inventor has a bestsellers column over here on the right as well. And the bestsellers for Inventor are listed there. So the first one is iProperties Manager, which is a great way to manage a group of properties at once, as the name would suggest. That one's for Inventor.
And that is not an Autodesk app.
That is not an Autodesk app. That is correct. So let's go back out to the homepage. I'll show you the screenshot for Inventor, which is an Autodesk app, and this one allows you to take, as the name would suggest, screenshots of things from within Inventor. We also have a similar tool for AutoCAD, and again, this is an Autodesk created app.
Cool.
And then the third one, if we back out to the homepage, I can show you, is Thread Modeler. I'm going to just let you guess what that does. Model threads.
And that's also an Autodesk app.
That's also an Autodesk app, and as you might guess, it has to do with threading on fasteners. Like
So if I have Inventor and I want to download this, I just click here and it will download to my machine?
Yeah, and nice of you to point that out, actually. This button says free, that's the price. Most of the apps in this store are free across all the products, and if there is a cost involved, it would appear on that button, and you would be directed to a PayPal payment system that would allow you to pay the whatever fee it is. Most of them are very inexpensive, and like I said, most of the apps overall are free. It's a great way to customize your.
So one more,
experience.
let's just take a look at Revit. Let's
Okay.
talk about the ones that you find in Revit.
So let me switch this over to the Revit store. And it's loading, and there we go. We've got this cool image of this building. So Revit, of course, is our BIM application, and number 1 on the list for Revit is the Coins Auto section box. So if you are familiar with how building information modeling BIM works, you construct your entire model on screen, and then you take slices to do section drawing. So this helps you take those section clips a little bit easier than
That's
it
great.
would otherwise. So Coins has a lot of really great apps for AutoCAD as well as for Revit in our store. The second one, I'll just go back real quick here, is File Upgrader. So File Upgrader is an Autodesk tool. It's more of a utility that allows you to get your model files into the right format for whatever version of Revit.
So if you've got a Revit file that's in an older version of Revit,
Yeah.
you can upgrade it to a new version.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, it's very helpful, especially if you're mid-project when you are switching versions. And then finally, BIM Object is our other of the top 3.
And this is not an Autodesk app.
This is not an Autodesk
Right.
app, and it also does things to improve your what's the word I'm looking for, Charlie?
Productivity?
Productivity! When you're working with BIM models.
Okay, well that's great. So something that I know that we've done internally here at Autodesk is to get a lot of our developers excited to create new apps, right? So I know that there's something you have planned for our Autodesk University in Las Vegas this year. You want to talk a little bit about that and maybe how it relates to what we've done internally?
I would love to.
Okay.
Yes, I want you to register for AppHack. AppHack is an event that we put on last spring here internally, and we got a lot of really great developers really excited about working on things that they were interested in, which you may know is a trend in technology companies, because we've got all these great brains in one room, right? People have all these wonderful ideas that oftentimes the regular workday doesn't let them work on. So we set aside some time and let them work on projects that they wanted to in the form of apps, for AutoCAD specifically in this case. And we got 19 really amazing ideas, some of which were more or less baked than others. But some of those have actually ended up in our app store. There were prizes. It was really fun. Everybody had a great time. We slept in a conference room and drank way too much coffee and beer, and it was really a great time. Anyway, we want to recreate that experience in some part at Autodesk University this year. So right now we're running a contest called AppHack at AU, where developers can submit their ideas in the form of an app along with the demo video to our AppHack contest site, and we will select 10 finalists who will then demo live at AU and be eligible to win up to $5,000.
$5,000?
$5,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you know how to develop apps on AutoCAD, or you already have an app that hasn't been delivered commercially, you can submit it. We'll show you here where to go to submit that. And then you'll be open to winning many prizes, but the top prize, the grand prize, is $5,000.
And here I'm switching over to the contest entry site. So it's called AppHack at AU, and I believe we have a shortened URL for this somewhere, right?
Yeah, I'll show you that URL. It's right here. This is the AppHack URL. So we'll keep that up for just a sec. Click on this and you will get to the site that, that Micah just showed. This site right here. And then from that you can click enter the contest or share it with friends, and you can enter here, put in a video, and then when do these things have to be done? Here, we've got these dates here. So you can submit by November 14th.
Yes.
So we've got today's the 2nd, so you've got 12 days left to submit. So right now is the time to do it.
So, and what you can do is you can write something right now if you like, brand new, keeping with the theme of connecting AutoCAD to the cloud, or you can submit something that you've already written that connects AutoCAD to the cloud. Now there is one caveat to that though, and that is that it can't have been commercially available in the last 5 years. And the official date is October 1st, 2007 for that cutoff. So if it was commercially available before that, go ahead and submit it. If it was not, wait, try that again. If it has been commercially available since then it is not eligible.
Exactly.
So hopefully that cleared up my
Okay, so I want to go back to the fact that we did this internally. So we had an app hack internally. You said there were 19 apps that were, or apps or app ideas that were created.
Yes.
What's an example of one that made it onto the store, just so people can see kind of what came out of that?
Well, one that's been really popular, if I can find the browser here. One that's been really popular is this is what I'm looking for. It's called Drawing Compare, and what it does is it takes two versions of the same drawing and it tells you what's different, which is really, really, really handy if you're working on a project in a group, because different people will make different changes and you want to make sure that the changes you requested got made and that sort of thing. So let me just look that up real quick on here using our search feature. And you'll see Drawing Compare comes up right here.
Okay.
It's by
and
Autodesk.
It's got four stars from people who've reviewed it.
Looks like only one review though, but they did say it was a good one, and I think it's a good one too. If you're familiar with AutoCAD architecture, this functionality is very similar to what we have in there.
That's great.
But also
isn't one of the top 3 apps also one of the ones that was created during the our internal app hack? The design tabs or drawing tabs?
No.
No, that was okay.
That one was from something else. But
Okay, great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Isn't there also one that recently created that was not through the app hack, but something we put up here recently that I just think is fun and kind of funny is Hangman.
Hangman, yes. Hangman is awesome. When you need that much needed break from AutoCAD for a few minutes, we have the Hangman app. This is sort of ironically placed in the productivity category because it's sort of the antithesis of productivity in AutoCAD, but it is kind of fun, and it's kind of old school retro on purpose, and again, it's kind of that much needed break that most of us need occasionally.
Okay, so if somebody doesn't know how to create an app on AutoCAD and they either know .NET or they want to learn VB.NET, how can we help them?
Well, if you do want to learn VB.NET, we have a getting started page over here. It's called My First Plugin Training, and we have one of these for Inventor and Revit as well, but this is the for AutoCAD. And it basically walks you through the creation of your first app. And I've done this. It's actually pretty easy to get set up. You need a little miniature development environment. It's really kind of low overhead, and it's kind of fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I think you said that you brought a link for us here. Let me go down there. This is your first plugin. So this is the URL if you want to get to that My First Plugin page. All right, so we've talked about 100,000 apps. We've seen really cool apps from Revit, Inventor, and AutoCAD. We've talked about the internal app hack and how that kind of created this inspiration for us to do this externally. Mm-hmm. You can win $5,000 US, and you've got 12 days to do it. So sign up today.
Yeah, and if we get some good signups, maybe we'll get to 200,000 before too long.
There we go. So if there are any questions from our Facebook fans, we've got a couple minutes left.
Perfect. So I wanted to clarify about the app hack, Micah. Is this available for all apps for all products, or specifically just for AutoCAD?
This time it's just for AutoCAD, and we're definitely hearing some interest for Inventor and for Revit, and those comments have all been passed on to the appropriate product teams. So they're kind of thinking about that.
But it's AutoCAD. The app hack for AU is to create add-ons
specifically for AutoCAD. This time, yeah.
This time. Great.
All right, so we do have a question regarding use of the Coins app for BIM. I don't know, Micah, if you're very familiar with the Coins app or not, but someone was interested in learning about how the Coins app helps in BIM workflows.
Wow, you know what? I would have to direct them to someone who knows BIM a little bit better than I do. I've been really focused on AutoCAD, so but we're happy to take their information down and get them in touch with the right person.
Perfect. So let's just review again, what versions of Autodesk software can you download apps for? Is it just for 2013, or can we also use it with some of the older versions of our products?
So across the board, for Revit, Inventor, and AutoCAD, as well as the other products that the current store serves, it's all 2013. Some of the apps in the store do work with earlier versions, but that would be on a product-by-product basis if the partner has chosen to make it compatible with older versions. We also have AutoCAD 2012 with its own store that's accessible from within AutoCAD 2012. Which will eventually migrate to the new store. But for now, officially AutoCAD 2012, and then AutoCAD, Inventor, and Revit all are 2013.
Perfect.
And last but not least, the cost of these apps. I think you mentioned that many of them are free, correct?
Yeah, the vast majority.
Okay, Perfect. Just another reason to go visit.
Yeah, try them out. I mean, you've got nothing to lose. Plug it in. It's a really easy uninstall if you don't like it. And please come back and leave a comment and let us know what you think of the apps, because that's how our developers make their stuff better.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for another Facecast, Micah. It was really great having you here.
Hey, Charlie, great to be here.
All right.
Yeah,
nice
thanks.
to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you again soon, okay?